Do waves that shatter to foam regard it as wrong, or sad that they couldn't be unbreakably strong? Does the moon, which causes tides with its gravity's pull, wish it didn't go through phases, but always could be full? Do ocean tides wish they were always high, and when they're low, wish they could fathom why? Does the moon have a complexion complex, a case of not wanting craters to cover its face? When the crescent moon looks like a fingernail, does it scratch a late day sky that's turning pale? Should rivers follow orders of a commander, for straightly flowing or be free to meander? Do rivers think there's less than they deserve, since they don't flow straight but loop and swerve? Do geysers get relief from blowing off steam, and raindrops feel less lonely joining a stream? Do sticklers who stick to views as firm believers dam the flow of knowledge as though beavers? For centuries forced to fight in brutal battles, may horses and humans be freed at last from saddles. When pondering, is your mind like a pond, which to a wind with ripples will respond? Reflecting deeply, may we reflect what's high, our minds like deep ponds mirroring the sky. Can a pond reflect the heavens without an error, when ripples breed from breezes on its mirror? As it isn't exactly mirrored, do you reject the sky a pond might wonderfully reflect? Have you confused reflections of which you're fond with reality mirrored in your mind just like a pond? Have you felt that through the heavens you could fly, then found you were deep in a reflection of the sky? If the sky and its reflection are a perfect couple, is their marital mirroring disrupted by a ripple? If ponds dry up, do they feel a deep affliction because they can't conjure a sky reflection? Why is it that wherever fresh, still waters are around, the sky may be wonderfully mirrored by the ground? Have you seen boundaries erased when the sun has set, so trees and their reflections are married in silhouette? At dusk, when the day has died because it's mortal, have you felt the twilight sky as an eternity portal? Is the universe a verse in which every particle is a speech part, like a gerund or a participle? Aren't differences in charge the reason why a bolt of lightning joins the ground and sky? Yes, thunderbolts can join the sky and ground, but might they join when no bolts are around? If reaching a summit is much too hard a feat, may mountain foothills suffice as far as feet? If glasses possess a rosy-coloured pigment, is all they show an imagination figment? Why look toward the past as that recedes, instead of planting for tomorrow seeds? If stars from gas and dust can coalesce, might you pull yourself together and shine no less? Are oceans not deep as some parts are shallow? And is light not true because there's a shadow? Does sunset disprove sunrise, or may it too, although it's the opposite, be equally true? While we grow progressively more clever, could cleverness grow lovely like a clover? As fans of fantasy, may we not see fantasticness that's in reality? What planet would believe it has a flaw because it must obey gravitational law? What ocean would consider it a fault? Its waters aren't river fresh, but full of salt. Are rivers impatient for their reaching the sea, and worry they might not with deep anxiety? Why do oak leaves that caught the sun and drank it fall to the ground, forming a brown, damp blanket? What do you do when all you thought was true turns out to have been a phase you were going through? Are water molecules a cooperative team when they collaborate to flow as stream? Are meaning and purpose things we can discern with particle accelerators like the one at CERN? Since much of life is out of our control, may we dwell on our power to console. May the weight of woe that makes our spirits sag be lightened watching a happy puppy's tail wag. Are mushrooms neither animals nor plants? Are distant relatives, or like uncles or aunts? When words from mouths like seeds from soil sprout, what blossoms from a whisper in contrast to a shout? Amidst the meanness of the world might we find meaning, making it a kinder place to be. When with the feeling life sucks we're struck, may we make it like a vacuum cleaner's suck. Since we are sweet, yet also we are sour, might we be weak yet of a superpower? Constructing concepts, we conceptualize. But how much don't we see with conceptual eyes? To not go out of your mind, could you go out of your mind to all you don't know? Does an apple think it should be a pear, and isn't, so it's broken, needing repair? Like the loftiness of trees unfurls from seeds, may a lofty peace of mind unfurl from deeds. What truths, both relative and absolute, may be expressed but only with a flute? What's known beyond a shadow of a doubt, and what's beyond what we can figure out? Might we awaken from the way things seem and find them part of a consciousness stream? Though we get no answers when we interrogate, could questions give closed minds an open gate? Are things we take as true, assuredly taken, usurped by larger truths so we're mistaken? Are thoughts about awakening, however deep, like dreams we have while we are still asleep? Among endangered things in need of conservation, should we include a genuine conversation? Though each of us has got a different vision, may we deepen understanding, not division. When plastered to the past as if with paste, can we unstick so life won't go to waste? Is sunlight sentient, and who can say if consciousness is present in a ray? If in our dreams we fly above our town, when we wake up, do we in fact wake down? Is much that we deem true like things we deem as true when we're asleep and in a dream? How can you grasp a concept with your fingers? How can you touch the harmonies of singers? How can we make amends and mend what's ripped? How can kindness, a kind of sunshine, be sipped? Do trees seek light within themselves or try to reach and gather light that's from the sky? As roots grow down and branches up, are these opposites essential for us no less than trees? While dogmas of churches don't just bark but bite, is the peeling bark of birches appealing and bright? Do dormant trees awaken sometimes groggy, as with the melting snow the ground is soggy? Does a tree in winter, sheltering a squirrel, fear that its buds in spring may not unfurl? Has wind in leaves with which the trees are crowned unclenched your mind when it's been tightly wound? Do trees in fall find bareness hard to bear, and consider evergreen trees to be unfair? Does wind speak through leaves as though through lips, in a language of breezes that caress like fingertips? Do trees in winter feel deep nostalgia for foliage they had but don't have anymore? Do you hug the tree blooming with every breath, the tree that's in you, rooting you in life's depth? Do trees feel guilt for growing for themselves, unused for objects built such as bookshelves? Have you been filled with hopefulness and awe as growth came from a stump caused by a saw? When trees look dead but are in fact asleep, do they sense sap that doesn't cease to seep? For trees to grow at their gradual rate, do they with sun and rain collaborate? Do trees have thoughts of what is wrong and right, while giving oxygen, beauty, and growing to light? Why do tree trunks yearly produce a ring, quietly, as birds in branches loudly sing? May our emotions like a moisture seep through conversations which like roots grow deep. Our buried acorns squirrels forget about, the reason many oak trees get to sprout. When from the branch it hung on an acorn is cut, does it know it may grow to a tree as it's still a nut? Are things that we would do or which we wouldn't, based on our growth, unlike a tree's, not wooden? While arboreal blossoms are brought to life by spring, what blessings and blisses may human warmth bring? May we, like trees, not live just getting by, but live preoccupied with growing high. Do we reach toward light-heartedness of fun, the way that trees reach to light of the sun? As countless seed pods from a maple dance, is it concerned few have a sprouting chance? Does a seed that's buried in darkness of soil believe in celestial light toward which it will spread leaves? When you're like a seed sunk in the soil's gloom, do you probe for light in which your being will bloom? Do we respond to kindness from someone, like buds unfurl responding to the sun? Do you hear trees request that we not take their nourishing fallen foliage with a rake? Would deciduous trees, if they could choose, prefer to retain their leaves through winter, like a conifer? As healthy forests have more than one kind of tree, could we follow their example and value diversity? If you pine for someone, is it like a pine that's an evergreen which on sunshine can dine? Our roles look small, but don't trees reach huge size through tiny cells that photosynthesize? Do you mind when questioning life like Socrates, you're given wordless answers like leaves of trees? Can we learn from trees that don't keep all they get, but enrich their woodland underground safety net? 100 years from now, we won't have stayed, But will we have planted trees that still give shade? Are trees bilingual as they translate light to meals that they can eat without a bite?